I'm making a first-person dungeon crawler in Roblox. This video introduces lots of exciting new features, so stay until the end of the video. The most liked comment on this video will be hidden in the game as an Easter egg. Before we start, thanks for the support on the previous episode. If you haven't already, check it out, it's linked in the description. I picked up where we left off by adding a mage enemy. Animating isn't my strong suit, but it turned out alright. The mage has 3 abilities: firing a fireball at players, sending homing healing orbs to the ally with the least health, and knocking back enemies that get too close. They're most effective in groups and struggle in close combat, preferring to stay in the backlines. I also added a lot of cool lighting effects that look amazing in the dark. Only 6.8% of you are subscribed. Hit subscribe to support the channel, please. Next, I built a system for abilities and special moves. But something was missing. That's right, UI. So, I designed a clean and sleek UI for abilities and updated the other bars to match that style. You might be wondering, what's this extra bar? And what do the lines inside of it mean? This is the mana bar. The lines represent mana slots, making it easier to see how much mana each ability costs. Below each ability, there's a bar showing its mana usage. You gain mana by defeating enemies, with each enemy having its own mana value. Next, I worked on the item drop system, allowing enemies to drop everything from weapons to XP when defeated. Oh yes, perfect. That's it. After that, I start to work on the... Nah, I'm joking, fine. I'll fix it. I added an animation to the dropped item, a hovering effect, and a clean responsive UI that tells you what weapon you're looking at. And now, you can pick up weapons. And now, you can pick up weapons. As you can see, when you pick up a new weapon, your old one is dropped on the ground. Then I replaced the stupid pre-model sword the sword Goblin was using and added 2 new weapons into the game. Goblin Staff. The Goblin Staff is mainly a support weapon, with some high DPS but limited usage. To prevent the classic shoot magic and run strategy, its 3 base attacks are weak melee strikes. Instead, you get cheap projectile attacks that can be used once you save up enough mana. To make weapons more unique, I added passive abilities. The Goblin Staff's passive lets you gain 25% of each defeated monster's mana value, no matter who lands the final hit. This means you get extra mana whether you defeat an enemy yourself or a teammate takes it down. The Goblin Staff can heal teammates with homing orbs that are guaranteed to hit them. If you're playing solo, you can use the orbs to heal yourself. I decided to use Roblox's rich text to add fun colors to different abilities and passives. The Goblin Sword. The Goblin Sword is a fast DPS weapon, making combat action-packed and risky. Its base attack is quick, ending with a heavy strike. This sword excels at dealing with groups of monsters, thanks to its 2 wide-range abilities. Thrust and Pierce is an ability that makes you dash forward and stab enemies. Tenfold Requiem, I might change the name later, is a flurry of high-speed cuts that shreds through guards and synergizes with the sword's passive. The passive ability gives a 10% chance to inflict bleed on enemies with each strike. I added a status effect system to the game, and when an enemy is affected by bleed, it takes 50% or more extra damage when damaged. I also added a burn status effect that inflicts damage over time. I then added responsive cursor effects to make attacks and parries feel more satisfying, giving better feedback during combat. To wrap up this video, I want to talk about the future of the game and its progression system. For now, I've decided on a rank level system where you earn XP by playing the game. As you rank up, you gain both rank points and stat points. Rank points can be used in a tree upgrade system, where upgrades branch out as you progress. Weapons and abilities will be locked behind masteries, meaning you'll need to unlock specific mastery levels like Melee Mastery 2 to access certain items and weapons. You'll also be able to purchase upgrades like extra mana slots and more. There will be bosses throughout every dungeon, dropping everything from weapons and items to relics and artifacts. Relics or artifacts are permanent items with passive abilities and stat boost, which you can equip before entering a dungeon. That's it for this video. If you have any suggestions, whether it's for enemies, weapons, systems or progression, leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe and like the video.